Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and today let's discuss engraving identification markings into your tools. In this case, primarily snap-on tools, because that's where I see it the most. I buy a lot of used tools, and I have to learn to pay attention to something like that. Or if you buy them off of eBay, you probably know not everybody's honest about how much non-original markings there are on the tools. But what got me thinking about doing this video was I recently picked this up. This is the most heavily marked snap-on tool I've ever seen. And what this is, it's the 911 ACP. It's a 11-inch needle nose plier. It's been replaced by one of the Talon Grip ones. This sells new for about 75 bucks. It was marked 29. But under closer inspection, I got it for 20 bucks. Take a look at this thing. Some guy named Rick Freeman, RJF, has carved his initials all over this. There's an F. If we slowly rotate it, RJF, something scratching in here. RF there, something there. It was scratched in under the price where that 29 is written. If we move on down and rotate these over, it's carved right there. There's that RTF and Freeman. If we open this thing up, here's more. RJF there. This one says Rick. Yep. If we even go up to the jaws here, of course it's on the outside of the jaws, but also on the inside of the jaws. We've got RF. And I don't know what that is, RJF again right there. Of course, don't miss that one. And then on this side, more. You've got it twice. RJF down by the pivot, and then RF up here. I'm sure I've probably missed some. But anyway, somebody spent quite a bit of time marking this thing up. And I have gotten lots of tools with markings on them. By the way, this is what it would look like if it was newer. This is the one I've got inside, and I wanted another pair for a vehicle kit. So it was worth picking up another pair, especially for $20 instead of $75. And it's silky smooth, nothing wrong with it. It passes all my tests. But anyway, here's a wrench. This one's got a number carved in it. You can see it's 4383. I've actually seen wrenches, and I used to have a screwdriver that had the entire social security number of the person carved in it, including the hyphens. This one just has CF right there, and then the number on both sides of it. Now, when you do that, it can cause rusting because you're grinding through the chrome finish. Or some people, like this guy here, I got this used. And the guy didn't tell me, I think I got it on eBay, the guy didn't tell me that, yeah, there's no owner markings anymore. Well, I consider this an owner's marking, but he took off his engraved name just with a grinder. So far it hasn't rusted, but whatever. This one had a name lightly written into the finish. I just polished it off. I can live with that. I thought about taking off the entire industrial coating, but that's how that one wound up. Here is where you can see somebody kind of ground into it and then tried to buff it out. PNT maybe? I'm not sure. But sometimes I see funny marking, kind of scuffing in a place that, that's hard to scuff because it's on a downward slope there. But that's what they probably tried to do, is get it off. Here's another one. Somebody named Pat, maybe? Where'd it go? Or Don, there it is. Carved his name into this old handle on this cabinet screwdriver. Notice this is a new bit on this ancient handle. The handle didn't break. When I took it into the snap-on truck, he said he would carefully try, just for fun, to see this handle's coming apart. But if I mess up this tip, obviously it's a new screwdriver. Here's a pair of blue points. Somebody used a punch, kind of an initial punch, to bang into the blades. This one I thought was kind of interesting. This is an entire set, SAE 3/8 to 1/8 wrenches, and every one of them, if you look here, This one, this 3/8 has this T5, thought it was TS, I think it's a 5, carved into it. All the way down to look at that little guy. Right there, this is a snap-on 1/8, a little tiny one, carved the initials into every one of these things. So my question is this something you do? Do you agree with it? Now, I don't work in an industry where my tools get mixed up with other people's tools, or I loan them out frequently, or I could lose them around a shop where, you know, you'd want this obvious way of getting it back. I've seen a lot of mechanics do it. I've also seen people spray paint their tools and wrap tape around their tools, shrink wrap colors around their tools, or just hit them with the grinder. I've seen, you know, just markings carved in them, which would be a very fast way. I mean, look at how long that would take, you know, to try to grind all this stuff in here. But you could just whack it a couple of times and make your own little code into the metal. But I'm just curious, you know, what are your thoughts on this? Is this something that is still being done? Is it done religiously at some level? You know, that's just what you do when you pick up a tool. On the fun side, I've talked to a Snap-on dealer. I was trading in a screwdriver, and the screwdriver had a whole guy's name nicely carved into it. And what it ended up allowing the Snap-on dealer to notice, who'd been around for a long time, is where the tools are, how they were dispersed. And in fact, you know, like this Rick Freeman, maybe he's retired, got out of the industry, died, whatever, and his tools now are redispersed among others. And because he's marked them up, if you are that kind of central point, say the Snap-on truck, you might actually see the distribution, or a tiny picture of the distribution of those tools over time. Obviously, you're not the original owner. I am not Rick Freeman, but my Snap-on dealer would still trade this up if I needed it. But I'm wondering, you know, how much Snap-on or how much Rick Freeman he's seen lately. Because this probably isn't Rick's only Snap-on tool. It's the only one I came across. But I have seen a few others where they're entire sets and they're all marked up. And, you know, I only need a few pieces. They get distributed around the community, and they're all marked. But anyway, oh, and also Power Stroke Jude, I think he marked his on a set of wrenches he traded in, and I wrote I'd buy the one that he marked with his own Power Stroke Jude into it. That'd be kind of fun as a little commemorative. But anyway, I'm just curious what your thoughts are on grinding identification into Snap-on tools. And with that, Doc out.